All right, good evening, everyone. Let's call this meeting to order. This is the August 11th, 2025 council meeting. And with that, I will call Pastor Cody Edger from Cornerstone Word of Life Church for the invocation.
All right, let's pray. Father God, I just thank you for this time here at this meeting, Lord. I just thank you for the council members, that you are with them in their decision-making process, Father God, that you give them discernment tonight, Lord, that you help them with every issue or submission that comes their way, Father God, to make the decision that best helps this community, Father God, that helps it be safe and prosperous and wonderful for all who are a part of it, Lord. And I just thank you to help them be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor.
Thank you, Pastor. All right, follow me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Can I get the roll call, please?
Mayor Finley.
Here.
Councilmember Wroblewski.
Here.
Councilmember Spears.
Here.
Councilmember Powell.
Here.
Councilmember Shaw. Councilmember Bartlett.
Here.
Councilmember Denzine.
Here.
Council President Seifert.
Okay, I am here, and just for the record, Councilmember Shaw is on his way. I believe he'll be just about 5-10 minutes late, so. All right, are there any amendments to the agenda?
The only amendment I'm aware of is a request to add an appointment to the library board under section 11.
Yep, that is correct. We'll cover that when we get there. All right. That will move into approval of the minutes. And first up is our regular meeting on 28 July.
Move to approve.
Second. Motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Can I get the vote, please?
Councilmember Powell.
Aye.
Councilmember Seifert.
Aye.
Councilmember Wroblewski.
Abstain.
Councilmember Spears.
Aye.
Councilmember Shaw. Councilmember Bartlett.
Aye.
Councilmember Denzine.
All right, that motion passes. And we don't have any presentation and awards tonight. So we're going to move directly into public comments. And we have several signed up tonight to speak, so we'll go through those in the order in which they were received. So we'll do that. And just remind everybody as you come up, please, speak into the microphone and give us your name, address, or district number, whichever you're more comfortable with, for the record. And please keep your comments to 3 minutes or less. So first up is John Bruce.
My name's John Bruce, District 6. Good evening, neighbors. This is a call for limited government, individual sovereignty, and personal responsibility. I recently spoke or emailed some of the candidates in our upcoming elections about the purpose of government and its limits. The responses I received left me concerned about our direction. Not one mentioned constitutional limits, state or federal. Government exists to secure our life, liberty, and property. No more, no less. I'll quote the Alabama Constitution, Section 35. The sole object and only legitimate end of government is to protect the citizen in the enjoyment of life, liberty, and property. And when the government assumes other functions, it is usurpation and oppression. Now, for a brief illustration, we could talk about the stadium debates that show that the government's drifting past its lane. If City Hall funds a nice-to-have ballpark, why not a grocery store? Or any business? Those aren't public goods. The issue isn't like what it is. Close your eyes. Visualize the stadium. Is that a government building? Think about it. A second example is the municipal recreation programs. We have a YMCA, nonprofit. We have a Phase 3 fitness center. These are overlapping. So my question to the council is simple. Have we made a mistake? Any mistake we won't admit is a mistake we will repeat. If you believe nothing has been done in error, nothing will change. And I'll leave you with a quote from C.S. Lewis, who warned, "Of all tyrannies, a tyranny sincerely exercised for the good of its victims may be the most oppressive."
Mr. Bruce, did you email council? Did you say that in the beginning, that you sent us an email? I didn't receive it.
It only went to 6th District.
Oh, you only sent it to District 6?
I'm in District 6.
Send it to Candace.
I sent it to mayoral candidates as well.
Oh, okay, I didn't receive it.
Oh, that's fine.
You're not in the district.
Right, okay, I just want to clarify, I did not receive it. Okay, yes, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. Next up is Mimi Georgianis. Thank you.
Mayor, councilors, thank you for your service. Thank you for your time. I'm Mimi Georgianis. I live in Walden, Moore's District. My husband and I have been a City of Madison resident for about 20 years. I do sit on a board at Walden. I'm here as a private homeowner, not as a board member. As many of you know, Walden suffered about $30,000 of property damage. On June 10th, police were called, been to the station about 7 times. An apology was issued. DA looked at it, can't do anything for us. 164 people in that community suffered community property damage with our clubhouse. Nothing's been done. Our other property, coincidentally, we own since 2007 in Heritage Plantation, also suffering from chronic vandalism, trespassing. HP has paid over $25,000 a year with outside security. Some people are suggesting more security is needed. Serious crime is down in the city, but not property damage. Ms. Wroblewski and the council, a couple years ago, initiated an ordinance for Walden. We had a serious problem with our streets. Nothing would be done. That one ordinance has still helped our community with the problem we were having. At that time, private security was suggested. Thank you, Maura. Thank you, council, who were instrumental in helping us with that. Trespassing and vandalism should not be falling on the communities and HOAs. We would need to work together. It's not a simple issue, but we do need accountability. These parents are not accountable for what their kids do, and something needs to be done. Also, Maura's not going to like this, both communities, Walden and HP, have had discussions during HOA meetings about allowing the city to cut through HOA-owned property to allow city-owned and controlled connectors. My argument is not about greenways. It's not about exercise or walking. My argument is if a community board decides they do not want a city-controlled greenway for perpetuity, and keep in mind the HOAs are still expected to maintain this property, back off. Don't be crossing any lines, ethics lines. I'm not accusing anyone of anything nefarious. I just think people have personal interests. If a HOA says, no, we don't want it, stay away. It's simple. I attended Madison Greenways and Trails, good organization. Their focus is on planning, better planning out west, where all the growth is coming from. Initially planned for these things, so we're not doing these connectors an afterthought. That's it. I appreciate you all. I appreciate your time. I appreciate everything you do for keeping Madison. I have 25 seconds left, which means I can ask if anything's being done about the lighting situation from the community center going into Walden's backyards. A group of us have been to planning. Maura knows about it. She's worked on it. Just hoping something's been done about that. Thank you all.
Thank you.
I can address that real quick. We talked,
Want me to stay here?
oh, no, I'll just hit it real quick. We did talk at the last planning commission meeting, and, talked last planning commission meeting, and I think Mary Beth was going to go take a look at that and see how we work through that. So it is recognized and trying to figure out a resolution there. It's really bad. No, I understand.
I think Gerald was going to also help as well with that situation more than maybe Mary Beth.
I just didn't like how somebody wrote a letter to you, so no, there's no problem there. Well, they don't even live on that.
I got it. We're taking care of it.
Thank you.
All right, next up is Chris Kramer.
Good evening, Christopher Kramer, District 7. We have a problem with mental health in this country, and this city is not immune. I've begged and pleaded this city's leadership to pay attention to mental health and act when citizens display actions that indicate they may be a danger to this community or themselves. Recently, I've spoken about this with Mayor Finley, Council President Seifert, Amanda Stone, City Clerk, magistrates, and law enforcement officers. I've also spoken to Councilperson Bartlett and Steve Smith after the incident I'm referencing, since they are running for mayor. For the other council persons unaware on this incident I'm referencing, I'm sure you can be filled in later. I'm more than willing to speak to you as well. Mayor Finley, the person I tried to talk to you about, that you cut me off when I was telling you the story, they're no longer with us. That loss is utterly unnecessary. Frankly, if you, the magistrate, and other school officials had not blown me off, it could have been prevented. Council President Seifert was the only one who acted like they cared. And in fairness to him, you told me you were going to tell him to stand down. And his efforts needed to be focused elsewhere. Hopefully it was something equally as important and not traffic or trash pickup or what books we need to take out of the library. After the unfortunate incident, I emailed you to inform you. You didn't respond. Everyone else I messaged, Council President Seifert, Court Clerk, Amanda Stone, the principal of Bob Jones High School, at least responded expressing their T's and P's. Councilperson Bartlett and Steve Smith both expressed their concerns about the situation. Your silence was deafening. Please, as leaders of this city, even if for a short time, I implore you to pay attention to citizens who bring mental health issues to your concern and take some action. Mental health problems are real, and they're here. T's and P's aren't cutting it. People are dying. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Next up, we have Maggie Minsk.
Hey, my name is Maggie Minsk, and I'm resident in District 4. I am a parent in the district and a mental health professional and a concerned citizen, like so many of us are, and about so many things. First of all, I do want to thank you for the things that have been accomplished over the last year. I know that you guys have invested in the roads and public safety, upgraded parks, and funded vital health services like the community-free dental clinic and the Madison County Health Department. You've also kept public participation strong, streaming meetings and making minutes available and providing a space for us to speak because a lot of us have a lot of things to say. These steps make a difference in people's lives, and it is important for us to know that you are here and that you are listening and that we do have people that can help us. I personally appreciate that last May, in moments when someone wanted to tie library funding to the removal of certain books, that you did hold the line and kept our libraries inclusive. I think that that showed integrity and respect for intellectual freedom, and I appreciate that personally and professionally. Tonight, I would like to build on that. I think, as so many people will say, that when we have an enormous amount of issues, that it's important to start small and start local. So I'm going to ask that in the spirit of inclusion, I'm going to ask if we can make our city council meetings even more welcoming for all residents. Right now, we begin with a spoken prayer rooted in a specific faith tradition. And as a PK, or preacher's kid, whose grandfather was a preacher and whose grandmother was an ordained minister and whose mother played the piano in church every Sunday and Wednesday night for as long as I can remember, and still does. I respect that prayer is meaningful to many, but for many of the minority faiths and those who are not religious, starting in this way can make them feel like they're not truly welcome in this space and therefore don't truly have the right to speak or speak freely at all. A moment of silence would give everyone, Christian, Jewish, Muslim, Hindu, atheist, agnostic, the same opportunity to pray, reflect, or simply prepare to participate in a way that fits their own beliefs. This is in the same spirit as your past actions, choosing inclusion when there's an opportunity to do so. It's also a way to live up to the First Amendment and the principle that says our government should welcome all equally without elevating one religion over another. I personally would also like to see Madison lead by example in other ways.
All right, ma'am, I'm sorry, but that's your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and next up, we have Rachel Homilak for Katie Cratch. Come on up. I would ask in the future, please put who you believe is actually going to speak on the piece of paper.
Okay, I can do that next time. I'm Tanya Stolting. I live in District 4, Madison County. And this is what happened to my daughter, Katie, at a recent Huntsville Library Board meeting. Katie is 30, a high school English teacher, a liberal, a bisexual, and a huge gay and trans sympathizer. And this was the first time she spoke at a library board meeting. She hates politics and only spoke at this meeting because even she was shocked when I showed her some of the things in the kids' books in the kids' section of the library, and also because she was convinced that if we could only understand each other, our two groups could agree. So 3 of us on our side spoke at this meeting, and we were vastly outnumbered. I've heard some political groups are paying a lot of these activists to show up and cause trouble. The board pretty much let the people on the other side of the debate control the meeting. These people clapped long and loud after every one of their speakers, even though the board had asked us at previous meetings not to do this, and they laughed and heckled us during our comments. After everyone was done speaking, one of them went to the front of the room and screamed, "Funk fascist," a few times, and his followers screamed it back, because that's very helpful. In the lobby outside the meeting room, once the meeting was over, Katie spotted a trans woman who had also spoken to the board and approached her, smiling, to introduce herself. The trans woman spit on her and then walked really fast out of the lobby and, I presume, out of the library. While Katie cleaned herself up, I called the cops, because according to the law, this was an assault. They call it an assault with bodily fluids. This incident broke my daughter's heart because she's passionate about trans and gay rights and she was only trying to reach across the aisle. This is the kind of person she is. She asked me to please make sure to respect this person's pronouns and to try not to demonize her when I tell people what happened. These are the kinds of people that we allowed to take over our libraries. Mostly I think they're just misinformed, but many of them have proven that they are not well. They do not represent the majority of our citizens, and they're not going to stop trying to keep softcore porn in front of our kids. I'm telling you all this because, although I was really hoping this kind of behavior wouldn't start happening here, this was my second run-in with hateful protesters. And how long is it going to be before they're not satisfied with vandalism and hurling mucus, and they start actually putting their hands on people, as we've seen happening all over the country? I just thought our leadership should be aware. And the person coming after me, Rachel Homilak, is going to read the speech that was so hateful that my daughter read that she deserved to get spit on for it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay, and Rachel Homilak.
Rachel Homilak, District 4. I'm honored to read Katie's statement that she spoke at the last library board meeting. A couple of years ago, my mom told me about advocacy that she was taking part of regarding the relocation of sexually explicit books from the young adult section of the library to the adult section. As an English teacher, a voracious reader, a member of the LGBTQ community, and someone who advocates for sex education, I was reflexively against it. Then my mom showed me some of the things that were contained in these books, and holy crap. I don't agree politically with most of the people speaking up on this side of the issue. This has been an eye-opening experience in that I realized the importance of actually listening to the arguments of people I disagreed with, rather than projecting what I think they're saying. When I listened, I looked at excerpts from the books that they wanted moved from the adult section, and I saw that I actually agreed with them. I cannot emphasize enough how shocking this was for me. I believe that this particular conflict is being strawmanned on both sides. One side says that they want to fight back against book censorship and against groups that want to remove anything containing LGBT characters or people of color. I also want to fight back against those things. If that's what's going on in this case, I wouldn't be here making this speech. But as someone on the inside who knows the motivations behind what they're doing, I can promise you that it has nothing to do with wanting to remove books because they have gay people in them. They have specific lists of books containing graphic, sexually explicit material that they want relocated from the young adult section to the adult section where 13-year-olds won't stumble across it. On the other hand, the other side thinks that people standing against them are doing so because they have some sort of perverse desire to expose kids to sexually explicit material as soon as possible. The truth, of course, is that they just want young kids to have access to materials that will teach them more about their bodies and sexuality, which is important. If that's the camp that you land in, I understand, and I implore you to actually look at some of these books that are the source of such contention. Maybe you'll still be against relocating them, but I guarantee that at least some will be shocked by what they find. What's contained in some of these books really shocked me, and I am no prude. To end, I would ask people on both sides of the issue not to demonize the other. Instead, reach out to someone who disagrees with you and actually find out what they're advocating for. There's a good chance you'll find it's not what you thought. I don't think that this speech that was deserving of Katie to be spit on for saying something like this. I think Katie is a sweet girl, and actually canvassing through my own neighborhood, I've met people that I've actually showed them the books and had discussions. And you know what they say to me? They say, you know what, Rachel? I think it's unfair how people paint you and what you're fighting for. And I think we need to have these discussions, and we need to encourage people to have these discussions. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. All right, that is all that has signed up tonight to speak to council. Is there anyone still here wishing to speak? Go ahead.
Thank you for allowing me to speak. I'm John Cole, Greg Shaw's District Number 4. Last week, first week of school, Hughes Road, somebody decided to start paving Hughes Road during the first week of school, during rush hour in the morning. That was not smart. Traffic was backed up really, really bad. There were 2 days last week I was late to work, one of them 45 minutes. I do know Redstone Arsenals is looking at the gate issue they have there with the lanes, but we just got Mill Road done, and then you decided to work on Hughes Road during normal business hours, during rush hour, during a work week. Traffic was back, it was horrible. I'm just going to respectfully ask, please, in the future, move some of these projects, do them at night, and not during rush hour, and especially not during the first week of school. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else desiring to address council tonight?
Council President, Council, Jennifer Coe, 910 Highland Drive, Ashley Estates, District 5. I would like to talk to you today about government, something that I am not an expert on and do not have a degree in. However, I am a voter, I'm a taxpayer, so I'll take 3 minutes that I have allotted to me to try to go over a few points of interest. Number one, I'd like to talk about conflicts of interest and subsidizing or implementing programs that may or may not be of much value. Everything is risk versus benefit. And also, number two, misuse of official position for any type of personal gain, even if it's just keeping your job. We need, to outline the jurisdictional areas better. Maybe we should look into the municipal code or adding some municipal code. In the next couple of weeks, I'll be more organized about this. But it's about professionalism because our department heads don't seem to have any rules, and it makes it harder for them. I know that I would like to see the rules of order published. We need to publish. I guess that's part of transparency. I mean, I hate using that word. It's been overused, underutilized, but anyhow, it helps make things clear. I'm tired of this communication experiment. Somebody's subsidizing an experiment on social science, and it's about communicating. Well, I'm tired of having to waste so much time communicating with everyone. So here I am, up here bothering you with it. But it's about respect for the taxpayer. Let's have respect for people's own judgment. I mean, I would use the term discernment, but maybe that's expecting too much. But I have not seen anyone exercise good judgment in a while. I mean, think about what you're doing first. Do we have some rules to go by? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Is there anyone else desiring to address council this evening? Okay, seeing none, we'll close public comments and move into consent agenda and Finance Committee report.
The Finance Committee has reviewed the regular and periodic bills, and on the consent agenda, we have a resolution to ratify the modification of third-party billing agreement with Huntsville Electric Utility Board or Huntsville Utilities. This is no cost to the city. It just is amendment to the section regarding billing network access in our agreement. Acceptance of a donation of $76.34 from propertyroom.com to be deposited in the Madison Police Department donation account, and acceptance of a $3,250 donation from the Madison Dolphin Swim Team from the ARPA District Swim Meet to be deposited in the Recreation donation account. With that, I move to approve.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? May I get the vote, please?
Councilmember Spears?
Aye.
Councilmember Powell?
Aye.
Council President Seifert?
Aye.
Councilmember Wroblewski?
Aye.
Councilmember Shaw?
Aye.
Councilmember Bartlett?
Aye.
Councilmember Denzine?
Aye.
All right, that motion passes. And we'll start in the presentation reports. Mayor Finley?
All right, couple things, and we'll start with a couple of dates. The city council meeting that would be 2 weeks from now has been moved up. It's been on the agenda for a long time. It will be next Monday night. And if I'm not mistaken, John, I think it's going to be at 5 o'clock. We'll post that instead of 6. That gives us the chance going forward as the next date you would need to know. The election is Tuesday, the 26th. That gives everybody a chance to set up, as this is the area where we vote in District 4 in Madison County. So again, council meeting, if anyone wants to come speak or anything with the business that's on the agenda, is next Monday night, 8/18. For the election, if you have just moved here, coming here tonight and have not registered to vote, you can still do that online through tonight. If you will not be here for the election on the 26th, the last day for absentee ballots is 8/19, and you come to the city clerk's office to do that. So a lot of different dates there. I would ask, I know we have a lot of candidates out here, and one of the things we're going to work hard on over the next couple weeks is, I love seeing all the signs. We're going to focus on signs in the right-of-way, and that starts with whether you're a music company or a pest control company or a candidate. I know what happens a lot of times in the last 2 weeks is we just start sticking these things like they're Pez everywhere we can. We're just going to try to be fair. Our code enforcement folks, every couple of days, if they're in the right-of-way anywhere in the city, I don't care who you are, we're going to take them out. So please respect that, but get as many of them you can. That obviously is a big thing when you're running. And then a couple things when it came to some of the stuff talked about tonight. The budget, we're working on that right now with our department heads. You know, a couple things that are on there that in many instances with council that anyone is connectivity and mental health are two of the key pieces that I hear everybody talk about. This council last year supported us adding more money through the mental health side in multiple entities that can focus on that, and especially with counseling in our schools. So as we continue to do that, that's one of the things we will continue to do, is focus on making sure we add more money into mental health. There is no question it is an area of concern in this area for everyone, and we are focused on that. The second thing is connectivity. So I do understand in this case, and I'll use Heritage Plantations as the perfect example, they are going through from the street to the park, the Bradford Creek Greenway parking lot. They came to us and asked us again, would you be willing to meet us 50-50 to pave what is already there to make it safer and easier? They took a vote. It passed. But we obviously had folks that didn't like how that worked. They are going to redo that vote. If they vote positively and this council supports that, we will move forward with connecting that safely. That's what everybody's looking for, and that's what we will do. But we will work with the Heritage Plantation folks to do that. So appreciate the opinion. I know your house is right there. It's important to you. But in this case, we'll listen to that community. So with that said, that's all I have.
Thank you, Mayor. First up, Council District 1.
Thank you, sir. I wanted to mention the Civic Awareness Academy application process is open, but I don't know the closing date. Do you remember what that is, Mayor? How long?
I don't.
I don't remember either. Please, if you're interested in our Civic Awareness Academy, go online to madisonal.gov. I believe it's under the Mayor tab.
It is, and it's,
Yeah,
and
so
we'll push more information out on that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, just want to mention that registration opened, I believe, Monday. They already have 15 slots taken of the possible 30 slots. So if you are interested, please go ahead and get your application in. Along with some other council members, I attended the ribbon cutting for Vine and Oak and Zanata's, who are both two wonderful restaurant locations downtown. If you've not been, I would encourage you to go. Folks have made a huge investment in our downtown area, and both of these restaurants are absolutely lovely. So would encourage you to try them out. And I've mentioned before, but want to mention one more time that I'm working very hard on the new Mill Creek Greenway that goes from Balch to Gillespie, Balch to Walteriana, Browns Ferry, up north to Gillespie. If you're interested in being involved in that project or being made aware of what's going on, I definitely want to have a town hall probably at the end of the year about it, invite our different departments that are helping coordinate that event. But I would encourage you, if you're interested, you have a passion or a heart for greenways and space and the history involved with them, there's a very cool historic cemetery there called Gray Cemetery that tells a story in itself. So if you're interested in that, please reach out to me. I would love to get you on a list and find something for you to do where you can increase that passion for greenways. And that's all I have.
Thank you, ma'am. District 2.
Yes, I just want to remind people that on Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. is the Madison Chamber of Commerce back-to-school breakfast.
7:30. Please.
The doors open at 7.
Oh, really? I thought
That's what I understand.
Oh,
That's what's on my calendar.
Okay.
So, okay, look on the chamber website to verify the time before you get up in the morning and go over there. But it's going to be on Wednesday morning.
Okay.
And
It is a buffet, so the earlier you get, no, I'm just.
True.
So just wanted to remind you of that. That's all.
All right, thank you, ma'am. District 3.
Never be late for breakfast.
Yeah.
All right, is that it?
That's all I got.
That's sign and advice, good job. District 4. All right, District 5.
No new business.
District 6.
Well, I got something that may be a little early to be announcing, but next year, we're going to be participating in the National Night Out events for the police to go into the city parks and get to know the, was it okay if I mentioned this, Chief? Okay.
Night.
But anyway, yeah, that's definitely something that we do want to be working towards. I really thought it was already a going thing because you had somebody nominated. Okay, we're working on it towards next year, right? Okay. Anyway, it is something that looked like a great idea, and I wrote him, he said, yeah, we've already got somebody assigned to work on it. So it is where you get the chance for the police and the park and the people, the citizens, to meet in the park and to have a good time together, just to get to know each other and to build that community between the citizens and the police. So sorry if I stepped on it a little fast, but I thought it was a great idea. So there's that, and then there is, I don't know, are we going to do something about the other thing that Chief talked about or not?
I'm not quite, I don't have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know what the other thing is.
The act of kindness that he talked about, and everybody said we should do something to honor the guys.
Well, I know what you're talking, now I know, but we'll, we got a meeting in a week, and if you want to do something there, we can.
Okay. Okay. To be announced. But it was awesome, the things that the police do on the side just to help others. And while I've been knocking on doors, I've heard so many wonderful stories about how the firemen have come in and helped families that are just struggling with people that can't get up and things like that. And that happened when my husband was sick. And it just means so much. So the little things that both our fire department and our police department do for the citizens, I think it goes unnoticed, but it is just so wonderful how they all interact, and I am greatly appreciative of both of them. So with that, that's it.
All right, thank you, ma'am. So for District 7, only thing I've got is resolution number 2025-257-R, and it's modifying an appropriation agreement for the Madison Greenway and Trails to perform trail development and maintenance at Mill Creek Preserves, not to exceed $10,000 paid from council special projects.
Move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on this? No? All right, can I get the vote?
Councilmember Wroblewski.
Aye.
Councilmember Shaw.
Aye.
Council President Seifert.
Aye.
Councilmember Spears.
Aye.
Councilmember Powell.
Aye.
Councilmember Bartlett.
Aye.
Councilmember Denzine.
Aye.
All right, that motion passes. And with that, we're going to move into board committee appointments, and we've got one up for the library. And Renee, do you mind handling this one?
Not at all. As you all will recall, I replaced Tommy Overcash on the library board as Madison's one seat. There are 7 seats. Most are appointed by the Huntsville City Council and 1 by the commission. And so when we were appointed to our 4-year terms, we did not know that the legislature was going to add a 5th year to our term. And so normally it would have been time to appoint a new council member for the next 4 years, because Madison has typically appointed a council member to sit on this board. So when it came time to appoint in the off year, I went ahead and accepted the appointment until we could get a council member elected for the next term to continue in that role of service on the board. Now that we have had some elections certified, and there were 4 seats that were certified, we have a member in next year's council who is willing to serve and take my place, because I will no longer be eligible, regardless of what happens in the election, to serve on the library board. So that being said, Council Member Wroblewski has agreed to step up to serve on the library board to replace the Madison seat that I currently occupy. And the next meeting will be in September. They meet every other month.
Thank you.
Okay. Are there any other nominations for that board? All right. Seeing none, we will appoint Maura to the library board as with consensus.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. And moving on, we do not have any public hearings tonight, so we're going to move straight into department reports. And first up is Gerald with Facilities and Grounds.
Good evening. Facilities and Grounds Department has 4 resolutions for your consideration this evening. The first one is Resolution 2025-233R, awarding a bid number 2025-013 ITB for Toyota Field outfield building construction to Caliper One Construction Incorporated for $7,575,283 to be paid for from the Venue Maintenance Fund, with applicable transfers coming, if needed, from a combination of Fund 71, Fund 38, and Fund 39.
Move to approve.
Second. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion on this?
So, you know, I know that we're going to vote on this, and it's going to more than likely pass. I think we're passing up a great opportunity to do better. And, you know, to me, it's a lack of courage and leadership, so that's all I've got to say.
Agree with Teddy 100%. Missing a huge opportunity with this. I know it's got to be done, but throwing money down a sinkhole, in my opinion.
Okay, any further discussion?
I really appreciate I talked to Gerald earlier today. I had questions. And I was reading through the contract, and Megan helped me a lot on Friday going through a lot of it. But there's a clause in the contract that said there was going to be a maintenance schedule put together way back when the construction was finished. And so I went asking for it, and I was surprised that it doesn't exist. So can you please tell me how we're going to rectify that? Do we have to, what has to happen in order for that to be put together?
Put a maintenance schedule together, if that's what council chooses, and that's the wording of the revised contract, we can do that.
Okay, so based on, we're having a new contract, the old contracts,
It's my understanding that council will be considering the revised contract ball court. That's my understanding.
okay?
But if council directs and mayor directs me to put that together, I'll put that together for you.
Okay, because when we were going through this, I thought it'd be very handy to see what maintenance was going to be proposed and then what we're actually paying for.
Yes, ma'am. That was in the original agreement, but that was way before my time. That was 2018, so, but if that's what I'm directed to do, I'll be glad to do that.
Okay, I guess we didn't talk about a change in contract when I talked to you earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, news to me. And also, there has been a lot of discussion concerning where it is in the agreement that it says that Major League Baseball, that we must do what Major League Baseball said. Megan wrote me back today saying you can find it in section XS1V.FF. States that each of the parties will continue to act in material compliance with the governing major and minor league baseball agreements and documents. Section 4E states that the capital maintenance fund was established for long-term maintenance needs to maintain the stadium as a first-class professional baseball facility and assets to the community for the life of the agreement, and the city must contribute not less than $300,000 each year. Now, that one's a little bit vaguer, that it has to be the Major League Baseball, but the first one does definitely say that. So anyone that has been questioning that, it is in the contract. I just want to make that clear. And that's it.
Okay. Any further comments, questions? No? Can I get the vote, please?
Councilmember Spears?
Aye.
Councilmember Seifert?
Aye.
Councilmember Wroblewski?
Aye.
Councilmember Powell?
I will not take the second best option, so I'm no.
Councilmember Shaw?
Aye.
Councilmember Bartlett?
Aye.
Councilmember Denzine?
Aye.
Councilmember Spears, did you vote?
She started.
You did? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind. Motion passed. Sorry.
You got to go first.
Sorry.
Next resolution we have is resolution number 2025-249-R, authorizing a amended professional service agreement with Gilbert McLaughlin Casella Architects for the Toyota Field one-story outfield building. Amendment number 4 for the construction administration and project closeout phase for $123,500 plus reimbursable expenses of $50,000 to be paid from the multi-use venue maintenance fund.
Move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Can't get the vote?
Councilmember Powell?
Nay.
Councilmember Shaw?
Aye.
Council President Seifert?
Aye.
Councilmember Wroblewski?
Aye.
Councilmember Spears.
Aye.
Councilmember Bartlett.
Aye.
Councilmember Denzine.
All right, motion passes.
Next resolution I have is resolution number 2025-250-R, authorizing professional service agreement with Amiri Engineering Corporation to provide special inspection and construction material testing services for a Toyota Field one-story outfield building construction project for $48,000 to be paid for from the multi-use venue maintenance fund.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Can I get the vote?
Councilmember Powell.
Aye.
Councilmember Spears.
Aye.
Council President Seifert.
Aye.
Councilmember Wroblewski.
Aye.
Councilmember Shaw.
Aye.
Councilmember Bartlett.
Aye.
Councilmember Denzine.
Aye.
All right, motion passes.
Last resolution we have is resolution number 2025-251-R, awarding bid number 2025-014-ITB to SW Commercial Contracting LLC in the amount of $609,000 for the construction of a new animal control building to be paid for from Fund 38.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
I just want to say thank you. This is something that several of us have been working on for quite some time. The animal services officers are extremely excited. MPD is very excited. This building will be located on Celtic Avenue at Fire Station 4, hopefully opening at the end of the year, and it'll just be such a huge blessing for everyone involved. Very thankful for this. Thank you so much, Mayor Finley, for helping support this issue. It was on my list since 2016. Good things come to those who wait.
I think it is important that we say animal control, not animal shelter.
Right.
We're not turning this into a shelter, but it is something absolutely that meets the qualifications that our folks need for safer and better areas, and obviously taking care of the animals.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay.
I have a couple questions. Not that I don't love animals, but when I saw the $609,000 price tag for a building that's only, what is it, 1,800 square feet?
1,080 square feet.
Okay, 1,080. So that's quite a small building for $600,000. And so I, again, reached out to Gerald today, and he explained that per square foot, it works out to $583 per square foot. So I said, well, what happens if we wait? These prices seem really high to me, okay, for what we're getting. And he said, well, the thought was if we wait longer, it's going to be more expensive. I'm like, the numbers are just, I understand we want a place, but my question is, how much are we spending now to have somebody take care of these animals on the Madison's behalf? Can somebody, do you know, Maura? Does somebody know?
Well, I mean, it's part of our Madison Police Department to have an animal services department. So it's built into the budget. We have 2 current animal services officers for 60,000 people and who knows how many animals. And we have a 3rd officer coming on board. I think this is money well spent. The current facility was built in the 1990s by the Correctional Institute from Limestone County, the inmates. And so this is a building that is overdue, in my opinion. Let's do it right, and we went with the lowest bid. We've done everything right. I'm at a loss here, Karen.
Oh, I'm not against the project. The project's great. It's the cost of the project.
Costs are only going to go up.
Costs are going to go up.
Yeah, Teddy is very in tune with costs. Could you address costs for us, please, Teddy?
Costs are going to go up, and you just voted on $7 million. You didn't ask how much that was per square foot.
That one we have been over for a couple of years now. I
one we've been over
personally
for a
was
couple of
very
Thank
happy
you.
that it wasn't the 7 suites and that it was only the 1 story. And given where we were at, I went ahead and approved that. All right? This is a different topic. Okay, we finished that one already, Teddy. Okay, this one has to do with how much we are spending for a building that's only 1,000 square feet, okay? And he explained it's got kennels, it's got
Yeah, I was gonna say,
some
Gerald,
amenities and
Can
stuff.
you give a little bit about what's different in that type of building versus this building?
So we work with Chief Gandy and his group to identify the needs for the animal control that we have in the city. This building will have a place that we can bring an animal in that needs quarantine for a while until they can get it to the vet. Also, this building will have a garage built into it where they can back the vehicle in and close the door in case they have a runner or something that they need to try to contain to do that. This separates the dogs and the cats apart. It does give office space, not a whole lot of office space, but it gives office space for 3 animal control officers. It's got a small reception area. It has an ADA restroom inside of it, a very small lobby where a person can come in. We have kennels that they can come in and out of during the day, the animals, and they close off at night. We also have a dog run on the north side of the building, and all of that can be washed down. And then all of that has to go to the sanitary sewer. So we have to have holding tanks and grinder pumps and those kind of things, and it's heated and cooled. So it, and it's all washable. It's got epoxy paint, block building, so we can maintain cleanliness and we don't have to worry about spreading germs back and forth. So it checks all the boxes that Chief wanted.
No, it doesn't. They had a lot more that they wanted. I think in your case, you did bring it back to what we would consider the core of what has to be there to be safe for our guys and the animals themselves.
That's right.
Okay.
So Gerald, what I just heard you say is that this is not just for a 1,080-foot building. This is the dog run, this is specialty equipment or facilities. This is not just a square that is 1,080 feet. There's more to it than just the basics.
1,080 square feet is heated and cooled.
Right.
And that's inside the building, and there's
And there's
outside the building.
fencing involved, there's all sorts of other things involved. There's a grinder pump for the sewer, all of that. All of that is included in these costs. So you can't, it's not fair to just say, we'll divide the square footage by the total price, and that gives you a cost per square foot, and that's way too high.
Right.
That's not a realistic evaluation of what this cost is.
Agreed.
You can't compare it to a residence.
Right. Right.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we did go over that. I mean, in fairness to him, we discussed all those things and what it had for the dogs, a 50-foot run on the side, shade in the back. It sounds like a great facility. I am just seriously concerned with the cost. With the completely outfitted police car is $92,000. Okay, we could buy 6 police cars for what this one building's going to cost. And I'm just looking at it, what the services are, straight from a numerical thing. I'm fine with the animal control. I'm not against that. I'm not bad about the design. It's the cost that really does concern me on this one.
But the $7 million didn't bother you at all? I'm just wondering, sorry.
Okay. I think we at least know where folks' concerns are. We've got a motion and a second. We've had some discussion. Can we get the vote, please?
Councilmember Wroblewski.
Aye.
Councilmember Spears.
Aye.
Council President Seifert.
Aye.
Councilmember Powell.
Aye.
Councilmember Shaw.
Aye.
Councilmember Bartlett.
Aye.
Councilmember Denzine.
Nay.
Motion passes. Thank you, sir. Next up is planning.
Gotta run.
We just have 2 items for you this evening. The first is proposed ordinance number 2025-235. This is for vacation of utility and drainage easement that exists between 2 former parcels. These properties have been consolidated. This is on the south side of Chestnut Drive. And everybody is signed off on that in terms of the utilities and staff. We're recommending approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Councilmember Spears. All right. Any discussion on that? No? Can't get the vote?
Councilmember Shaw,
Aye.
Councilmember Spears,
Aye.
Council President Seifert,
Aye.
Councilmember Wroblewski,
Aye.
Councilmember Powell,
Aye.
Councilmember Bartlett,
Aye.
Councilmember Denzine.
Motion passes.
Thank you. The second item is proposed ordinance number 2025-236, also for a vacation of a drainage easement. This is in the Bellawoods subdivision, which is on the north side of Huntsville-Browns Ferry Road. This drawing is so that north is going to be on your right. The property had been in the floodplain. They've elevated the lots that are shaded to be out of the floodplain. And so what this is doing is modifying the easement that was on these properties. Because they were in a floodplain, we had placed an easement so they couldn't have construction. Now that it's been raised out of the floodplain, we can modify the easement, so we're recommending approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this?
So, Mary Beth, I'm assuming that, I guess all the agencies have came out and checked that and said, checked off on it and that kind of.
Yeah, so FEMA had to approve a map amendment because the properties were raised out of the floodplain, and engineering's reviewed that as well. So these are really the two entities that would be involved in this.
Thank you.
All right. Can I get the vote, please?
Councilmember Shaw,
Aye.
Councilmember Powell,
Aye.
Council President Seifert,
Aye.
Councilmember Wroblewski,
Aye.
Councilmember Spears,
Aye.
Councilmember Bartlett,
Aye.
Councilmember Denzine.
All right, motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Want me to give you your pen back?
All right, any miscellaneous business in it?
Next time, maybe it won't.
I was just going to say, I'm out for next week. I'm out of town.
Okay.
I didn't realize that there had been a date change, so anybody else, we got a quorum?
Yep, we got 4, so.
Awesome.
Just reiterate for everybody, next week, November, whatever month it is, August 18th at 5.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Motion to adjourn.
I tell you, I hit it hard.
Erica, who's right here, or Scott? Right there. Yeah. Because they don't let me bring in guns to the council. I can't do 4 more years. Hi, how are you? Good, thank you.
Did it go out today, Chris? Did everybody get to see it today? Yay! Oh, and Amiri attacking me. Hello. I know I only answered 1 or 2 questions. I'm sorry. I didn't get a chance to get back to it again. Well, see, the one thing I kept looking at was, I thought as a protection for the citizens, right, for that license, because, I had this guy come by and he wanted to cut down my tree. He had no license and he had no anything, and I'm like, of what then? Okay. Oh, the stadium.